Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video I will talk about the cloning concept we have in the set class. So first we will go with the definitions and then I will show you through program how it works. So if you look at the definitions here, what happens in case of cloning, when you perform cloning in case of any collections of class, it will give you a shallow copy. The shallow copy means when you modify the cloned object, your original object data will get modified. That is the meaning of shallow copy. So here also, but there is one conditions in that. So if your when you have set collections of object and you are storing only instance variable, right? And all the variables are, if it is a primitive type, right, then what happens, your value of the object will get copied. Okay, reference will not get copied. Okay, when you have a hash set which has primitive data type or instance variable like string, integer, boolean, double, byte, right? So when you have hash set with those data, the value of data will get copied. Okay, but in case of instance variable as object, reference are copied. Okay, so when you have object data, custom object data in your hash set, then reference will get copied. Okay, and in that case what will happen, when you do any data manipulations in the cloned object, your original will get modified. Okay, and this problem can be solved by overriding the clone method. So this problem can be solved by overriding the clone method. We'll see later. First we will try to understand what is the default implementations we have in case of hash set. So definition wise, you should tell that when you do a cloning, basically you will get one copy of collections of object, right? You will get one copy of collections of object. Now we will try to understand through the program, so you will get idea of how this cloning works. So if you look at here, what I have a class, okay, and then there is a main method. Now I am creating the object of hash set. Okay, I have the object of hash set, and in the hash set I'm adding the data. So if you look at the data which I am adding it is of type integer. Okay, it is of type integer. You can see that I'm adding the data integer. Now when you go to the hashset class, press on control, click on hashset, and you do control O, and if you go here the clone. Okay, so you can see that in your hashset class, clone method is overridden. When you click on the clone method, you can read this, right? It will give you a shallow copy. When it will give you the shallow copy, we will see that, but in case of instance variable of type primitive, you will not get shallow copy. Okay, because the value of the value is copied. Okay, the value of object is copied in case of instance, but in case of reference, reference are copied. Okay, so this is the overridden method of the clone. So basically what it will do, it will call super.clone, and it will cast this super dot, because this clone, you know that it comes from the object class, so it will cast with the hash set with the type of object which you are supplying it to a store. Then you will get a new set. So basically you will get a new set, and then what it will do, it will perform a clone on the map, because you know that hash set internally uses hash map. So finally you will get one copy of map, and map, you know that how internally it works based on the bucket and node, linked list node, and then this will return. The important point here is this is the try block. Okay, this is the try block. In the catch block, when you override the clone method, it will give you checked exceptions called clone not supported exceptions. So this will give you clone not supported exceptions, and internally we are throwing that internal error with the same exceptions we are throwing back to the caller. Okay, and this throw we have seen that when I was talking about the exceptions handling, right? So this is the default implementations we have in the hashset class, and we are overriding the clone method. So with this help on this original hashset original, I can call a clone method. I can call the clone method. What will happen, I will get one copy of this collections of object. I will get one copy of collections of the object, and then if you look at here, I am casting back this to the hash set of integer, because what happens if I will not cast, the return type of this clone method is the object. So again press Ctrl, click on clone. If you look at what is the return type is the object, and object is the super class of all the classes. So I am casting to the hash set, I am casting to the data which I have actually stored in the class. So my class is hash set and the data type is the integer. So I'm casting that, and you know that to cast that you have to write the class in the parenthesis. So I'm writing in the parenthesis. So once you will cast that, and if you remove that, okay, press mouse over there, click on local variable, the type is hash set of integer. So this is your cloned copy, this is your cloned copy, and this is your original copy. If you will go and print both cloned and original, you will get the one copy of data in both. So you can see that, sorry, so what you are getting, that you are getting that one copy of data. Okay, you are getting that one copy of data. So focus on first two output, right? For this first two print, for this two print, focus on the first output. So you are getting that one copy of data, clone and original object, right? Now you are modifying the clone. So from clone you are adding it one more. So in cloned object, whatever object you got for the cloned copy, you are adding one more record to it. So when you add one more record to it, and then you are printing that original and cloned. So basically when you add one more record to the cloned one, you can see that only cloned got modified, original has no change. Your cloned has a T which came here, and original has no change, because original earlier also it was 2000 3000, now also it is 2000 3000, right? No change, but cloned 80 got added, right? So by this way you can say that when you are modifying the cloned copy, your original object is not getting changed. Now what you do, you modify the original object, right? This is the object you are modifying. In this object you are adding the data. So when you are adding the data, again if you look at here, your original object original object 800 got added, and you know that hash set will not maintain the insertion order, so 800 will come in between. So earlier it was 2000 3000, now 2000 800 and 3000 came, and the cloned has no impact because cloned has the same data 2000 3000 and 800, right? So this we have done the additions. Now what you will do, you do one thing, you go and we can do one thing, clone dot, there is a method called remove. So from cloned I will go and I will remove 3000. okay, I'm removing one object from the cloned, and then from original also I will go and I'll remove, let's say 2000, and we will see that even though when we are removing the data, is there any impact in the cloned copy and in the original copy, and print this. So here you look at here last two output. So before that, if you look at the original object, you had 2000 800 and 3000. So what happens, from original you have removed 2000, right? So 2000 is gone from original now, and from cloned you remove 3000, so 3000 is gone from the cloned one. So earlier you had 3000, right? You had 3000, here 3000 is gone, which means whenever you are doing any data manipulations with your cloned object, it is not impacting the original. Whenever you are changing the original, it is not impacting the clone. So basically what is happening here is, when you store only instance variable, when you store only instance variable here, right, which can be used to copy a value of an object without any issue in case of instance variable or primitive types. So basically whenever we store the instance variable data in the hash set, and when you perform a clone, right, the value of object will get copied, and then when you do data changes, one object will not go and change the other data. Okay, but in case of reference, when we perform this cloning, the data manipulations will happen, which we will see that. So basically behind the scene what happens is, look at here, you remove this link. So this is your stack, okay, and you know that stack is the one where you have first reference, so you can leave ref1, and let me increase the size to 26, and then you have something called ref2. So two reference you have, right? So what happens, the first reference is pointing to the original, the second reference is pointing to the cloned object, and this both the object you have in the heap area, the reference you have the stack area, right? So what happens when you have the instance variable? So when you have the instance variable, let's say here you had something I is equal to 10, okay, assume that what you had here is, here you have I is equal to 10, sorry, just one second. So let me go and let me type. So what you have here, I is equal to, you have 10, just I'm giving one example, and j is equal to, you have let's say 20, right? So whenever you have in the original object, right, and when you do a clone, so this guy will also get I is equal to 10, and it will get a value for that, okay, is equal to 20. So if you look at here, since there is a no reference copied, okay, both cloned and original has their separate copy. So when you are changing the data here, basically when you are changing the data here, it has no impact on this original. When you do changes here, it has no impact on this cloned. That is the reason here you will get like a deep copy, okay, your data manipulations will not happen. So though hashed will always give you the shallow copy, but in these situations you will get a deep copy. Now in the next example we will see that where shallow copy will come to the picture, which means where cloned object will go and impact the original object, and original object will impact the cloned object. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.